Apple board member Al Gore says we'll get iPhones in October. Apple preparing for a quad-core iPhone in the future. And the iPhone 5 delays seem to be due to touch panels. All this and more coming up right now. Hello everyone, I'm Jaime Rivera and welcome to the Pocket Now iReview, the show we go through all this week's cool and the not so cool inside the world of Apple's iOS devices. Let's start this week off with the cool. As Steve Jobs would say, isn't it funny a ship that leaks from the top end? We all heard the rumors that Apple will finally unveil their next generation iPhone on October 4th though. We weren't really sure if we were going to get one iPhone or iPhones. But, well, Apple board member and former US Vice President Al Gore just came on record to state that we're getting iPhones on early October. So, the dates match and hopefully the plural would mean iPhones as in different types and not just a white iPhone and a black one. So, time will tell. So I guess the biggest question everybody's asking is, are we going to get an iPhone 4S, an iPhone 4G, or an iPhone 5? And, well, images on the AT&T database recently spot an iPhone 4S and not 5, which doesn't sound that compelling though. Well, as I mentioned in the past iReview, the way things are going, it seems that Apple will actually unveil an iPhone 4S as a successor to the iPhone 4, probably better specs but the same design, and most probably the thinner iPhone that we've been seeing on leaks is actually just the next generation iPod Touch, with probably a larger screen just to embrace gamers. So, again, rumors, we'll see what happens. Things are looking good for the jailbreak community. Recently, 5 userland exploits were discovered on the A5 chip, and aside from that, Redsn was recently updated to bring an untethered jailbreak to iOS 4.3.5 and iOS 5. And even better is the fact that you no longer have to download the full IPSW firmware file to get your jailbreak. All you need to do is point it in that direction unless you're using iOS 5. Sadly, this new update to Redsn doesn't bring you a jailbreak to the iPad 2 on iOS 4.3.5. But with the userland exploits, it's only a matter of time before the dev team figures it out, so figure it out. Well, we all know that the A5 chip is pretty much a given in the next generation iPhone, but we didn't have anything in writing to pretty much confirm that statement as anything else but a rumor. Now, recent images show iPhone internals sporting an A5 chip, but since we don't really know what iPhone 5 internals are going to look like, we can pretty much assume that we're not getting an iPhone 5, there's going to be an iPhone 4S, because most likely the internals are identical to the iPhone 4 that we currently have. Now, other reports have Apple already working on a quad-core processor for the iPhone, but given the fact that Apple hasn't even brought quad-core to the MacBook Air or even their 13-inch MacBook Pro, I don't really see that happening anytime soon. And, well, Apple's usually late to the game in what pertains to specs, so most likely I'd hold that as a rumor and a very lame report so far. Okay, so that does it for the cool. Let's continue on with the not so cool. iPhone 5 delays seem to be due to touch panel defects and some already shipped units from Wintec. Not sure if the delay is actually going to affect the announcement. This is just a report from DigiTimes, but again, we are expecting the announcement to happen sometime within October, as it is already 6 months, well, 4 months late, or 3 months or something from when we expected it in June. But again, Apple, most likely they will have to hurry up, and most likely they will announce the phone first and then have people buy it later whenever they figure that out. And continuing on with the not-so-cool news, T-Mobile CMO Colt Broadman came on record in an employee meeting to state that they were not getting the iPhone 5 this year. And while it doesn't get any more definitive than that, now we're not really sure if he was trying to say that we're not everybody, and I mean no carrier in the US, is getting an iPhone 5 this year. It could probably be that we are getting an iPhone 4S, or it could probably be that the merger with AT&T was so advanced that they were not getting an iPhone 5 or an iPhone 4S because most probably it was coming to T-Mobile anyways with the merger, and the merger is not really happening apparently anymore. So again, rumors on our side, definitive on his side. Let's see who's right. That's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jaime Rivera. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That's it for now.